Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back. I'm Dee and this is Dee's Bookish Musings, where I'm sharing my love for reading at my own pace. Welcome back to a new video. This is going to be a cozy reading vlog. I am going to be continuing to read a romance that I've been reading for a while and I just need to get it done. I actually started a vlog of this book maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. And when I went to look at the footage, guess what? I had deleted some of the footage. So I've got to start all over again. I got to start all over again. So I'm using this new editing software called InShot. And I noticed one thing, that sometimes when I go back to add to the video or edit the video, the footage that I've already recorded has been deleted. Okay, the video, yeah, it's distorted and I can't recover it. So here we are doing this again. So we're going to be reading Let Me Love You by Alexandria House. I do have this in my bag because after I go for my workout, I am going to go to the library just so I can get some reading time in. I don't have very much to read or left in that book. I just need to get it finished. Am I enjoying the book? Let's see. Am I enjoying this book? So far, my first impressions was, I really didn't have any first impressions of the book when I first started because nothing really was going on. It was a lot of banter. I like banter, but too much of it. Let's get to the story. Okay, let's get to the story. That's how I am. So if you don't know what this book is about, this is, first of all, by an author, an indie author, Alexandria House. I've heard a few people mention her, and so I wanted to try her books because if you go back into like my catalog of videos, I did a video allowing ChatGPT to choose some romance books with some depth because I had just come off of reading superficial books that I didn't really enjoy, and so Alexandria House was one of the authors that ChatGPT recommended, along with some YouTubers that I watched. So we went ahead and bought her book, $15 on Amazon. The book is $16 now. And all the other books, it's like 4 or 5 books in the series, are like $19. So the book is about Jo. She is a single divorcee. She has a 1-year-old, and her name is Natalie, the little girl. And she is working for a jewelry designer. I think that's what he does, as an apprentice, because she thought she wanted to do that as a career. So she ends up she hates her boss. Her boss is horrible, okay? Does not treat her with respect, pretty much treats her like a secretary. She's got some friends in the background who are kind of, in the same boat that she's in as far as being single. I don't think they're divorced or anything like that, just single, living their lives, right? Excuse me. One day her boss makes her drop off this jewelry piece to a rapper named Big South, and her first impression of Big South when she drops off the jewelry was not a good one, because I'm not gonna say what was going on, but he's a rapper, okay? So that's all I need to say, okay? He is a rapper, so you can just imagine all the shenanigans that was going on. And so first impressions was not good. However, they end up meeting somewhere else and sparks fly, and the book is taking off from there. The rapper's name is Big South, but his real name is Everett. He is like a legend in the rap game in the book, kind of older than like his current peers. So he's been in the game for a while. He's got his own background or his own love story. He is also divorced from like a supermodel. I think she was a supermodel. So he's had his feelings excuse me, hurt in the past too. So he's kind of resorted to having short-term flings and stuff like that, not really having anything serious. But when he meets Jo, I guess he's found something in her that he likes. Maybe the fact that she's just an average person, not scorned by fame or ruined by fame or anything like that. But that is the only thing that I can see that would attract. Maybe her looks, because she is described in the book. From my impressions I get, she's light skinned, she's got natural hair, she's got freckles, so she's a cute girl. You know, I envision her being a cute girl. But beyond that, that's the only thing that I can really see that he's attracted to, being that she's a normal girl, cute. I don't know, maybe he's looking for somebody like that. I don't know, nothing special about Jo. And she's kind of skeptical, but she eventually, you know, it's a love story, so we know how it ends. She gives in and they have this relationship. Now he's being pictured as, or depicted as, you know, this Prince Charming a little bit. He's definitely rough on the outside, because some of the things that has happened in the book, in their short relationship, I'm like, absolutely not. Okay, so it's definitely something a rapper would do, but I would be taking no parts of that. Like, I don't know. I think that it's a little disrespectful, some of the things that he has requested of her. Like, really? Like, I mean, really? I don't know. I don't know if I'm liking the book or not, to be honest with you. I want to like it, but am I really like buying the love? Not really. I'm not really buying the love, because it's kind of going a little too fast for me. And I imagine that it would be smut or, you know, sex scenes in the book and stuff like that. Now, I would say the sex scenes in the beginning was tolerable. It wasn't as graphic or vulgar. As I kept reading, the sex scenes in the book were a lot. Okay, it was a lot, and it's kind of a bit overtaking the story, in my opinion. But I still have about 100 pages to read, and so I won't know exactly how I feel about the book. I think, you know, it's a fun book, definitely a fun book. It's not boring. It's not a page turner, though, you know. It doesn't really have me captured or engaged, but, you know, I'm having a good time reading the book. But I wouldn't say that I love the book at this point, you know. But I'm going to continue to read, because I only have 100 pages to go, and then we'll see how we feel about that book. I should be finished the book hopefully by today, because it's been dragging on forever. And, you know, I'm not in a rush to read books, but I want to get to some good books, okay? And so far, this one is not what I would, you know, describe as a good book. You know what I mean? Where I want to savor the book. I don't want to finish the book too quick, because then it will be all over. Well, we're getting ready to go to the gym, and maybe I will include a little gym footage, but I kind of saved my gym footage for my Fit to 50 consistency diary. I am on a journey to be fit by 50, because I want to take some black and white, almost nude, not nude, photos for my 50th birthday, which will be next year. I just turned 49 this past November. I don't think I've ever said that out loud, but I will be 50 next year, and I want to take a really sexy picture. Yes, I do. I've got the picture in mind and everything, and I want my body. I'm not doing it for just that, okay? Let's be clear. I'm doing it for my health, because at 50, health challenges start coming into play. Every day I wake up, I have a new pain, okay? It's no joke. Like, getting older is no joke, okay? And so I need to take care of myself. So health is first and foremost, but I do want to take a really nice picture to show off my hard work. Love You by Alexandria House. Now, okay, some things had went on like early in the book that didn't make sense. Like I said, Jo, she is divorced from her husband. He's also like a rapper, but he's not like big time, you know. And it does say on the back, so I'm not spoiling the story, that her ex-husband is a fool. Pretty much he wants to have his cake and eat it too. You know, he divorced her, but now that she's with Big South, it's an issue. So something happened like early in the story that just didn't make sense. It was kind of unexplained and out of place. And even Jo was like, what was that all about? Now I'm on chapter 25, and I don't know if you saw me flipping, like going back. I was like, did I miss something? I don't think I did, because the last thing I knew, something happy was happening. Something that I wasn't expecting had happened. And when I went to catch up in the book, it's talking like in the past, like the readers already knew, but only the characters know what happened. So that's the way the writing is, which is good because it's, you know, very intriguing. I think I know what happened though, based on how the book was going. Yeah, so I'm gonna continue to finish reading this book. I only have this much left, y'all. I really do. I don't want to give any more feelings about this book until I've actually finished the book. So I'm gonna sit back, listen to some good music. As you can see, I've got my comfortable onesie on here. My tree is peeking in the background. It's bare right now. I need to get the rest of my decorations, and I need to decorate my tree, so I'll be doing that this week. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll let you know what my final thoughts about this book when I finish. Finished Let Me Love You by Alexandria House, and I'm going to give my final impression about this book. So first, I want to say that this is an indie author. Is not traditionally published. It can only be purchased at Amazon.com. If you go on her website, it will lead you to Amazon. And so having said that, being that this is a indie book, there are some grammatical and some writing issues in this book. So I am going to be overlooking that in this review. And so just if you're interested in reading an indie book or this book, just go into it knowing that the writing and the editing is not going to be perfect, okay? What did I think about this love story? First of all, I thought the characters were very one-dimensional, especially Jo, because when we meet her in the beginning, she's a single mother, she's divorced from a rapper who is not like big as Big South, but he, you know, he does have a name, he's got means, so he left her well off. She's got a nice house, she's getting big child support payments. And when we meet her, she is currently pursuing jewelry design. And so, you know, when she meets Big South, I was hoping that, you know, her character would have some growth, that she would stand on her own 2 feet as she went into this relationship with Big South. Meaning she, you know, knew what she wanted to do with her career. She was making a name for herself, not necessarily making a name off of his name. So when Big South met her, you know, I was trying to find, you know, what qualities did he see in her, like, and that wasn't really portrayed like in the story, other than he liked her because she was a regular person. She wasn't burned by the fame of Hollywood. Even though she was an ex-wife of a rapper, she wasn't in the limelight like that, and she was not portrayed as a gold digger. She did have a genuine heart, I would say, but other than, you know, her looks, because I could imagine she was a cute girl, light skin, freckles, just cute every day. That was what he was drawn to, but other than that, that was it. Big South, he was a stereotypical rapper, and I felt like his role, or the way he was written, probably did depict a rapper's lifestyle, because some of the things, once him and Jo got in this relationship, that he was requesting of Jo was kind of like demeaning. He definitely had a rough side, although he was a protector. I would say he was a protector, right? He always wanted the best for Jo once they got into this relationship. He was always looking out for her in that manner. But I felt like even with those qualities that he was a little bit overbearing. Meaning it was never said in the book, but I just got this impression like, I'm Big South, you are my girl, you know, you should do this, you should do that, X, Y, Z. It was kind of like unbalanced. I felt like the relationship dynamics was unbalanced because when they meet, I felt like he was more drawn to her than she to him. She had to kind of warm up to him because of how they met, led to a bad like impression. Now, they do deal with some drama on both sides. Big South, he is a bachelor, and I imagine him being maybe in his early 40s, maybe 41, 42, something like that. He's divorced from a supermodel. Something happened in that relationship that's left him bitter, not wanting to pursue like a long-term relationship. So he's pretty much been having like one night stands, flings, and been kind of like just content with, you know, having casual relationships when he meets her, and things kind of change. I kind of felt like he was more into her than she was into him. As far as love is concerned, I really didn't see, or I really didn't feel like any chemistry between the two characters. They were really on unequal footing. Him being this big celebrity rapper with these millions of dollars that he has, I felt like if things went south, like Big South, he would be the one to say, you wouldn't have X, Y, Z if it wasn't for me. He would be the one to say that. So, you know, that's why I was really hoping the story would take off with her getting her career off the ground, her making her own money from her own like means and things like that, not feeding off of him. But it kind of did not go that way for me. And so I don't know. The dynamics just didn't make sense to me. I did enjoy like the drama. It is some drama and messiness in this book. This book is very messy on the part of Joe's ex-husband and also Big South's ex-wife. The things that she did, okay, was just absolutely like, what? You are where? Like, yeah, like it was kind of crazy. And I felt like when that happened or some drama was going on, the book was enjoyable. That is what I was trying to say. So I did enjoy the drama and the messiness of the book, but as a love story, like, did I believe in the love? No, I didn't. I didn't believe in the love. I didn't feel like they'd had a connection. They were on unequal footing. He was into her more than she was into him and she was just going along with it. Although she wasn't using him for a payday or anything like that. I just felt like it just was not like something endearing. It wasn't like an endearing, sweet love. I didn't see it, y'all. I just didn't see it. I don't know how to say it. I just did not see the whole thing. I did not see the whole thing. This book is very spicy, and I felt that the spice was after like page maybe 100 or so. The spice was happening every third page. It seemed like it overtook like the love story, and it really felt like, in some ways, it felt like he was demeaning Joe. Kind of. It did feel that way to me. Maybe because of his persona, his rapper persona. I don't know if I felt that way because he was a rapper or what, but it did feel kind of grimy a little bit. It did. Like, I didn't enjoy all the smut overtaking the story, you know, and so, but in the end, it was a happy ending, as you know, most love stories. I would definitely say if you're interested in urban romance and you like a messy book, you could pick this up and read it. I would say try it out, but for me, after reading book number 1, I will not be continuing on with book number 2 just because the book wasn't that engaging. The book dragged on. I feel it was 310 pages and probably could have been summed up at 330 or less pages just because the story just was not, you know, it just wasn't it for me, y'all. It just was not it for me. So I think I'm going to put this one in a little free library to have, to give someone else who may be interested in this book a chance to read this. And so, yeah, that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Take care and be blessed.